On a scale of 1 to 10, how aero do you think you are?
7, maybe an 8.
It pains me to admit it, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not very aero, am I?
Say a number! A number!
One word. Okay.
A number.
3 out of 10.
3?
Probably, being honest, 3 out of 10.
9. 9 out of 10 is my aero. I think I've got it covered, but I feel like there could be room for a little bit of improvement.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're probably not as aero as you think you are.
What?
Here's why, and what you can do about it. This is Dan Bigham, one of the hottest properties in professional cycling. His brain has helped to win countless Olympic gold medals, world championship titles, and hour records. And his understanding of aerodynamics in cycling is without equal.
He's going to rate our positions, and you think that as 3X pros, we'd be pretty aerodynamic. But you see, when Si was racing, aero wasn't even a word.
What are you talking about?
Crucially, though, we are going to put his tips into practice, see if we can ride any faster. So, Dan, this is me riding recently.
Oh my, there's a lot of leg, isn't there?
Well, there's a lot of leg in general.
A lot of leg, a lot of arm, a lot of torso. I mean, firstly, I'm just impressed with how big your bike is. How tall are you?
6'8".
Yeah, there's a lot of you to go.
There's a lot of me. I try my best to get down. My back's not as flexible as it used to be. I mean, it's not too bad.
I mean, yeah, not terrible. I would say back angle, probably a touch high, shoulders a little bit wide, arms a bit straight. You could really tuck in a bit more, but all of it comes down to flexibility and sustainability. Are you strong enough and flexible enough to, one, get in the position and two, hold it? And that's what World Tour guys are training nowadays, not just pushing the pedals harder, but getting in a good position.
Really? What about my head? Like, how do I get my head down?
So that's a neck and shoulder flexibility thing. So working on that, I mean, one, it's spending time in position, but two, it's massage, stretching, getting to the point where you can hold that little tuck but still maintain forward vision. It's not enjoyable.
Yeah. And what about those shoulders and my elbows? Can I do anything about that? Or?
Again, flexibility. I mean, you're kind of stuck with broad shoulders, but it's doing all you can to be able to get into that position and move your arms about. So I'm lucky I have super flexible shoulders. I mean, I used to dislocate them all the time, but it's a positive thing from an aero perspective. But it's getting to the point where, yeah, you need to be able to stretch every aspect of neck, shoulders, traps, arms to be able to get in that position and be strong to sustain it.
And getting that back down?
Back down. It's a stack height thing, but then it's also back flexibility, hamstrings, glutes. Again, stretching, getting strong in the gym, being able to get in the position and then sustain.
Okay, well, it's not all about me. What about Si? Because he's fine. You can see Alex there on the front, so he's getting low. What about Si?
He's made his way to the front, not just hiding the entire way, man 3. Pretty good as well, actually. Yeah, I mean, climbing there, but looks pretty solid. Relatively narrow cockpit, narrow bars. That's really good, Si. Although I don't think the UCI commissaires would approve.
He's got his hands off the bars.
He has some, multiple contact points that are not approved, but that's impressive.
What do you mean the drops? What video did you show him? That's not my aero position.
Neck flexibility, head's good forward vision still, shoulders narrow.
How can Alex improve that?
I'd say a smidge narrower, but beyond that, there's probably not a huge amount. A lot of that then comes down to little refinements. That's where aero testing is really good, because you can try little tweaks. What happens if you go, I don't know, forward on your saddle, back on your saddle, or in on your elbows, out on your elbows, up, down, play about, really. Alex is a lot taller than Ollie, but from a frontal profile, they're about the same. But then Alex spent a lot of time racing at a good level. He's probably got it drilled into his mind to hold a good position.
I mean, to be fair, to have like an all-out aero guru, nerd and expert, so you've pretty much got aero dialed in 100%, I'm going to take that. There is one major downside to this though, and I'm concerned that everyone else has got lots of room for improvement and they're going to go much faster, but I can't go any faster. I've already reached the top level of aero. Joke's on me.
Is that Ollie? He needs to get roasted into oblivion. That's terrible, Ollie.
Go on, start from there.
Ollie, what the... I can't swear. What are you doing?
Tell him.
Trying to break records and you sat on the hoods with straight arms just looking about. Just chasing the wind.
So here we go then. This was the position that Dan critiqued. On the drops, arms straight. Let's go for it then. So onto the hoods, forearms horizontal, then head as low as possible. chin close to the stem. I'll tell you what, the first thing is, my undercarriage is absolutely killing me. Oh my God, my neck is killing. How am I looking? On a scale of 1 to 10 now. On a scale of comfort, from 1 to 10, 10 being agony, I'd say I'm probably at a 9. I've always wondered what it would feel like to be perfect, and I never thought riding in an aerodynamic position would be the time that someone said I'd finally achieved perfection. But here it is. Now I'm just basking in all my glory of having an aero expert tell me I'm perfect.
I'm going to put Dan's tips into practice. This is a sort of position I tried to hold when I was kind of going with an attack in a race for a short period of time. It is quite hard to hold. But let's see what speeds I can manage for minimal effort, putting these tips into play. Arms horizontal. Okay, check. Elbows tucked in. Now it's about lowering the back as much as possible. Oh! 52k an hour, not much effort. Oh, my neck.
How is it for you guys?
I had to slowly unwind. I had to be really careful, like I'm peeling myself in case I pulled a muscle.
What's wrong with the pair of you?
Yeah, over 2 minutes. It's just such an extreme position to get in that tucked in and to get your neck, like it's almost like you're pushing your head in like a turtle.
You have to really want to go fast.
Of course you want to go, that's the whole point.
But like, you know, you were racing like World Tour races not very long ago. Presumably you were more aero back then, right?
Yeah, but I think still you have to take into consideration that races like, 5 hours long? And to manage to hold a position like that for 5 hours straight takes a lot of work.
Well, you also don't need to, I guess, because most of the time you're in a peloton.
No, like I would try to, but mainly when you're kind of launching an attack or there's like a really fast section coming up, like a crosswind, or you're going with a move and you're doing everything you can to hold a wheel. You do all you can to tuck in. But you can get down into that position, but it's also hard to maintain the power as well and to be able to put down the watts. So it's a bit of a balance sometimes.
I feel like it's almost like a secret trick that you have stored away in your toolbox that you use when you really need to. Like you say, when you're tucked in the peloton, you don't need to be minuscule and all aero. You can relax a little bit more, and then when the hammer's down or you want to go really fast, that's where you get it's like a power up in Zwift.
Basically, on the Saturday morning group ride, when you're about 3k out from the cafe, launch in that position to make sure you're first in the queue.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're saying.
Hold it for as long as you can. You have to think about it as like you're holding your max power, you're holding your max position.
Can I just say one really simple thing, actually? I think it's like everything else in life. If you practice it more, you get better at it.
Yeah. I honestly, though, I've got to doff my cap to Dan and other riders like him that can hold that kind of position for the hour record. That is very, very impressive indeed. Like, I've learned a lot today, so thank you, Dan, for those tips. Worthless, I'm not entirely sure I agree with that, but, you know, still.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. They put in some amount of work to get down there. And it's literally like you're doing yoga every day. It's like you're prioritising that as much as you are your cycling, just to be able to tuck yourself in like a contortionist.
So have we realised other than me, we're perhaps generally not as aero as we think we are? That's kind of wrap this thing up.
Yeah, basically. Or I'm as aero as I want to be.
I think that's the key, because it's also about being comfortable and about enjoying your ride. And it's really nice to go fast, but to force yourself to hold a position like that all day, every day, there's a reason that those riders are doing that. And I think when you ride into the cafe and try and enjoy your day out on your bike.
OK, Grandad, I'm glad. I hope everyone's enjoyed this video. If you have, please do give it a big thumbs up and let me know what you think of our aerodynamic positions and how you find riding in aero position yourself in the comment section down below.
Yeah. Now, about that comment about the wool jersey, yes, I did race in a wool jersey for half a season, but that was because I was sponsored by a very cool clothing company that sold wool jerseys, all right? And they gave us an aero jersey for the end of the season.
But you raced in a wool jersey.
Yeah,
in your racing career.
It was 2009.
Nice wool jersey.
Yeah, but, I mean,
has it lasted?
Sport wool.
Sport wool.
It was and it was fitted like.
Do they select it from the fastest running sheep?
Yes, they did. And aerodynamics was a word, okay?